right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do a video on Cleanspark, stock ticker CLSK. Cleanspark is a Bitcoin miner. We cover them all the time on this channel. So Cleanspark's had an awful lot of news over the last few months, and yesterday they put out their monthly operational report. So I want to go through, check in, and see where they're at. So if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button, it helps the video out a lot, and I appreciate it. Lastly, if you want to become a member, you can hit the join button on the YouTube page, and if you don't see a join button, then you can hit the link below. Members get some member-only content and a once-a-week members-only live stream, so we'd love to see you there. All right, let's talk Cleanspark. Cleanspark had another big operational report, so I just want to take a quick look at their stock, and then we'll go to the actual press release. Okay, so Cleanspark is trading right now. The market has not opened yet this morning. It's about to open, so Cleanspark closed the day yesterday at $2.89. So their low is $2.75. They are very near their lows. They're below their lows from earlier this summer. So we're going to see all that when we get to the charts. This leaves them at $136 million market cap. So I always like to put this in perspective. This is a chart of their market cap over the last 2 years. In November of 2021, this was an $860 million market cap company. So once again, they're now down to $136 million. So their market cap has been taken out drastically. Okay, so the market just opened. Right now, Bitcoin is up quite a bit. So Cleanspark just jumped 7% at the market open today. We'll see how that goes. It's a long day and it's a Friday, so anything can happen. Okay, so let's get to the press release. Okay, Cleanspark releases October 2022 Bitcoin mining update. Company mined a record 532 Bitcoin in October, up 19% from September. Now, the thing I want everybody to remember is early in October, there was a 13% increase in the difficulty level, which is massive. And then later in October, there was another 4% increase in the difficulty level. So despite that total of 17% increase in the difficulty level, Cleanspark actually beat their all-time record number of mined Bitcoin by 19%. So this was a home run. So this is back-to-back months, essentially. They're up close to 20% in hash rate. So Cleanspark has been growing faster than any other Bitcoin mining company over the last 4 months. However, it's been very managed growth. They are paying very low prices for these new Bitcoin miners. And my sense is they are not spending outside of their means, because one of the main concerns right now, we know we've seen a lot of companies run out of liquidity and their stock has been destroyed and their business model is in trouble. Cleanspark does not feel like one of these companies to me. We'll dig more into that, but they have been paying pennies on the dollar for these machines. They've been acquiring them, small piece by small piece at a time, but it's adding up to big growth numbers. All right, let's get to the bullet points. Bitcoin mining operations update unaudited. Bitcoin mined in October, 532. We talked about that, up 19% from September 2022. So that is their all-time record. Calendar year-to-date Bitcoin mined 3,622. So they are moving up the list on a year-to-date basis. This is a top 5 Bitcoin mining company almost any way that you measure them. Total Bitcoin converted for operations and growth in October, 836. So this is noteworthy. It's worth just spending a minute to note that that is more Bitcoin than they mined. So they mined 532 Bitcoin, but they spent 836. So obviously that's unsustainable. They can't do that month after month after month. However, this did include a lot of growth. They bought a massive amount of machines this month for a very excellent price. They made 2 different purchases. One, I think, was at $17.50 per terahash, and the other one, I think, was at $15 per terahash. So these are the 2 lowest purchases I've seen so far out of any Bitcoin mining company. I suspect we're going to continue to see bargains as a lot of these other companies are going through severe difficulties and they're starting to have to sell off some of their ASIC miners. Currently deployed fleet of about 54,000 latest generation Bitcoin miners with a hash rate of 5.1 exahash as of October 31st, up 23% from September 2022. Their stated targeted hash rate is 5.5 exahash by the end of December, but unless something happens, they really should beat that. I'm looking at somewhere between 6 and 7 exahash by December 31st is my estimate. So again, this is not financial advice. I'm just looking at the press releases that they put out. I'm doing the math on it, and it looks to me like, depending on when these deliveries come in, they should be somewhere more like 6, 6.5, or outside chance of maybe even being at 7. So they're doing more than accomplishing their goal. Early in the year, they said they wanted to become a top 5 Bitcoin miner. It did seem premature when they said that. They were not at that time a top 5 Bitcoin miner, and there were a lot of brand new companies with gigantic plans. They just started mining Bitcoin 2 years ago. This was not a Bitcoin mining company. So now, I don't consider them new to the party because about a year later, we had 10 or 15 companies open up. The company funded growth and operations through the sale of 836 Bitcoin in October 2022 at an average price of approximately $19,340 per Bitcoin. Sale of Bitcoin equated to approximately $16 million. October daily Bitcoin mined reached a high of 19.2. So they're closing in on 20 Bitcoin mined per day. This really is amongst the leaders of all the North American publicly traded Bitcoin miners. Okay, one of the things I wanted to bring up is on September 7th, CleanSpark buys 10,000 more latest generation mining machines, extending summer of acquisition. So these 10,000 S19j Pros, most of these are not yet delivered up and running. I believe that the 5.1 exahash that they had as of October 31st, I don't think that that included any of these. Okay, and then just 3 days ago, they put this press release out. CleanSpark expands Bitcoin mining fleet with purchase of 3,853 latest generation machines. So this was a November 1st press release, so therefore these machines are not in their October 31st 5.1 exahash number. So you can see how easy it's going to be for them to get to that 5.5 or 6 or 6.5 exahash. Okay, this is looking at CleanSpark month by month. So in June of 2022, they had their all-time record Bitcoin mined in a month at 339. They broke that record in July. They broke it again in August. They broke it again in September with 448 Bitcoin mined. So these are dramatic increases. And then this month, they absolutely destroyed it. They had 532 Bitcoin mined in the month of October. So this is one of the strongest charts that you'll see out of any of the Bitcoin mining companies as far as growth and number of Bitcoin mined per month. This is now 5 months in a row. They've set their all-time record in the number of Bitcoin mined in a month. I expect it's likely they're going to do that again in November and December. There's a few companies that are doing that. Most other companies are actually struggling to keep up with these giant increases in the difficulty level. So this is a very positive report for CleanSpark. Last month, CleanSpark was in 3rd place behind Bitfarms and Cores. Well, this month they've already passed Bitfarms. However, I think they're still going to finish in 3rd place because Marathon has finally gotten their machine up and running. So it looks to me like for now, it's going to be Core number 1, Marathon number 2, and CleanSpark number 3. However, we know that Core Scientific has fundamentally gigantic liquidity problems. So we're not sure what's going to happen to them. But again, to reiterate, they wanted to be a top 5 Bitcoin miner. Well, they've locked themselves into this 3rd place position as far as monthly production goes. So this is a company I think has been over-delivering on their promises really all year in 2022. So that is important. We want companies to at least deliver on their promises as they give monthly updates, which is excellent. All the Bitcoin miners have started giving monthly updates, but they're no good if they don't actually do what they say they're going to do. Well, CleanSpark has been excellent at either reaching or exceeding the expectations that they've set. So that, to me as an investor, is very important. Lastly, I just want to take a quick look at this chart we've been monitoring. This is updated through a few days ago. So this is measured against their lows of June of 2022. As of 2 days ago, they were down 20% from their lows over the summer. As of last night, it was actually worse than that. Again, today so far is a green day, so we'll see where it's at, but they are still deeply in the red. So to me, this is a company that has grown massively since then. They've increased their exahash substantially at 20% per month average, and their stock price is actually going down. So they've increased their exahash capacity, they've increased the number of Bitcoin they're mining per month. They seem to be managing their cash flow, but their stock is not catching up with any of that activity. So we will see. To me, that looks like the type of opportunities that I look for. But again, this is not financial advice, so you guys need to decide if that meets your risk profile and do your own due diligence on these companies. Let's take a look at the chart. Okay, so big picture, I'm just going to spend a minute. This is CleanSpark on the 1 week time frame. Okay, so this goes back to January 2021. I really don't like counting this because January and February of 2021 was a little bit of a bubble for these small cap high growth stocks, but if we measure from there, which is outside of the 52-week window, this company's down almost 93% off of their all-time highs. But I'm going to do one more measurement. Okay, so more realistically, if you fast forward to November of 2021, the company's down 87%. That was Bitcoin's all-time high. So obviously all the Bitcoin miners are off from that point, but these guys are down 87%. That is pretty typical for most of the Bitcoin miners. So this is an industry that has been decimated as far as their stocks go. Let's zoom into the one day. You'll see a red line at $3.75. Back on July 5th, CleanSpark got to $3.75. That was a new 2-year low for them, and really it was a new all-time low since they became a Bitcoin mining company. So that was in the summer in June when Bitcoin hit its 2-year low and it flash crashed down to around 17,500. So you can see they got to a new all-time low at $2.75. So they took that out by a full dollar. There was a little mini rally in October, so they ran back up to that $3.75 range. That turned into resistance that bounced off of that, and they did not quite retest their all-time lows. Today, this looks like a red candle, but it's actually a big jump up. So they're up currently on the day. But again, we'll see. They're up 3.8% on the day. We'll see where they finish the day. It's a long day. It's a Friday. So, anything goes. But you can still see, regardless of how this day goes, they're much, much closer to their all-time low here than they are to any recent highs. So based on their excellent performance and their very poor stock performance, for me, this is one of the companies that I think should be on everybody's watch list. This is a company that I have been adding to my position to. So again, this is not financial advice. I'm not recommending that you guys do that, but I do think it should be on everybody's watch list and take a closer look at this one. This company has been aggressive, but yet still cautious in my opinion. So to get back to where they were trading at one point in September, and there was a very small rally, Bitcoin up to around 22,500 in September. So that would be a 67% increase in the price of their stock. And if they were able to get back to where they were trading in August, Bitcoin had a nice relief rally up to $25,000. Bitcoin is closing in on $21,000 right now. So it's not really that far off or unrealistic to think that at some point in the next 30, 60, 90 days, Bitcoin could take a run at $25,000. Now, obviously, it could go the other way and we could start hitting lower lows. So that's the risk reward. These are extremely volatile, extremely risky stocks. But if they were to make a run and get to 25,000, and remember, CleanSpark is a much bigger company than they were back in August. So I think this would be a modest goal. That's a 129% increase in the price of their stock. Okay, so that's what I got for you on CleanSpark. That's their operational update for the month of October, as well as all of their other updates. So thanks so much for watching. And if you made it this far, please remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.